Hey everyone, this is TJ24 coming back with another new video finally. It's been 4 months or something. But anyway, yes, we're back. I'm making videos. And so today we're going to take a look at a history of superhero sponsorships in NASCAR. For those of you that don't know, yesterday was Batman Day, and my friend here, he has a YouTube channel called Blockade Who Laughs. He's a big superhero fan and loves everything to do with superheroes and that sort of thing. So I figured it would be a fun idea to do a collaboration with NASCAR and with superheroes and go over some of the superhero sponsorships that have been in NASCAR. And so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. So,
what you forgot to mention is I'm actually a NASCAR fan too,
yeah,
but mostly Batman.
Yeah.
I know somewhat about NASCAR, so I'll know some of these drivers, but not all.
Yes.
So what we got here?
So we have a Bill Elliott car. He raced for his own team, Bill Elliott Racing. This car raced at Charlotte, Pocono, Michigan. It finished 39th, 6th, and 14th. So can you tell us about Batman Forever?
Batman Forever is the third movie in the what is considered the Tim Burton verse of Batman movies. So the very first one was Batman in 1989 with Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton. A follow-up sequel, which of course was the Batman Returns movie, but also with Michael Keaton. And then this movie, Forever, is the first one that does not have Michael Keaton in it. And this one is, I think Val Kilmer is Batman in this movie. And the main villains of this movie was Two-Face and the Riddler. Mm-hmm. And the Riddler was Jim Carrey.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, and I'm assuming the reason for the McDonald's sponsorship with it is probably due to McDonald's probably had toys or some form of like if you went there and you bought the drink, like the Monopoly game ticket things, probably had like McDonald's cups or something. I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess why, that's probably.
Yeah, they probably did, because I mean I know a lot of restaurants for superhero movies will do cups or special meals and
Burger King did that a lot.
Yeah,
but I think it's a nice little paint scheme. I like the all black to it. I think the only thing I could say that I don't like is just the big ass M in the middle.
When sponsor placements go along with as we'll see later, can completely ruin a car.
Yeah, like McDonald's being on the side is good enough. I feel like they should have just given the whole front to the Batman Forever. But still, overall nice paint scheme.
Yeah, not the best picture of the car, but the paint scheme is really nice. I do like the little bat logo down at the south skirts of the car.
Oh, I do see that.
Yeah, and then the blue trim right here, and I think there's some blue along the hood and probably on the side.
You can kind of tell that there's a blue tint to it, where it's the lights hitting the side of that car right there, or the top part.
Yeah, definitely one of my, and we didn't say this, but we will be ranking our top 5 favorite and least favorite paint schemes after this is over. And I know I have notes. I know what these cars are, but just remembering finishing positions and that sort of thing, so it's a little bit difficult to remember all that. Give me a break. All right, so moving on, we have, this is Kenny Irwin Jr. He drove this car in 1998. Computer's being weird. And it,
wait for the program. Oh.
Okay. All right, sorry, technical difficulties. So here we have Kenny Irwin Jr. He raced this car at Charlotte. He finished 20th in this car, driving for Robert Yates Racing. I'm guessing this was probably an animated series.
I don't think so. I was gonna say at first that's what it kind of looked like, but the only reason I'm saying it's not is that's not the style of Joker that they used. It doesn't look similar. So this actually looks more like what the comic book Joker would have looked like back in, I'm assuming this is the 80s, 90s time frame?
This is 1998.
1998?
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely looks like a very 90s Joker comic book style art. So I would say this is probably not connected to any specific like animated movie or movie. It's more of a comic book.
Okay.
It's pretty nice. I think in general if you're going to do a Joker paint scheme, stick to the very natural purple and green colors. I don't think the yellow and green, blue, and black fits. I think it's a very bad paint scheme if you're going for Joker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't like. I don't like the color combination much at all.
It does not flow well.
No, not really. And it's not even like. It doesn't even appear to be like really gradient. It just looks like it goes from yellow, green, blue.
Yeah, black. Not even like a middle change.
Yeah, I mean it kind of goes like darker blue right there, but then just transitions to black. Yeah. So. All right, now here we have Dale Jarrett. This car was also raced at Charlotte. I believe it's the same.
What it is it's loading your notes slower.
Okay, we'll probably just have to cut that part out.
Okay, so yeah.
So Dale Jarrett finished 24th in this car, a teammate to Kenny Irwin Jr., so Robert Yates Racing, again, 1998.
Yeah, this, again, does not look like it's from the animated series at all. The animated series was definitely a black and gray only. This is definitely what looks like a comic book style 90s Batman. Very like the blue with the aggressive facial features. Of course, you can't really tell if they're like what the rest of his body is, but the dark blue that you see there is what you would typically see with, pretty much up until like after the 90s, like 2000s on, you saw more gray and black Batman's outfits. So most of his attire from 90s back is going to be that blue to dark blue. Now, of course, 90s is more dark blue, and so was the 80s. But like the lighter blues you get, the earlier in the 80s, 60s, 70s you get, because that's when it was like more, comic book style, friendly, kid friendly type stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, pretty nice. Again, not quite sure what the point of the whole orange.
Yeah, I do like the front where his wings are like.
I do too, and I do like the side, like with like the very close up on his face. But I'm just not quite sure what the whole point of the orange is.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what color they should have used, but I just feel like that's a very really weird color to add. Pretty nice.
It is, and there's also sponsor placement like between where his ears are and. Quality parts service.
Yeah, I couldn't even see that from that picture, the way it looks. Right there.
All right, so here we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Jr., he raced this car at Phoenix. He finished second in this car, driving for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Superman car. Pretty cool looking race car.
I actually do like this because... which I have seen some other examples of DC comics in like Superman wise on the cars, and I really love that side. Like if that car was driving down the side and you're like seeing this on TV, I feel like that's a perfect side of this car, is to have that Superman just right there. I'd say this is probably just a regular Superman comic book style specific movie or connection, just from what it looks like.
Yeah, because you can see on the hood he's like ripping his chest open.
Yeah, you can kind of tell when it goes his chest. Yeah, his alter ego Clark Kent. Yes, but I do like that. That's really nice. I like that.
Yeah, they didn't even change up because this was just a base paint for AC Delco. So all they really did was just add Superman to the car, and they didn't change anything about the actual car. I like the blue wheels on the car. Of course, this is the die cast. I don't know if the actual car had the blue wheels, but if it did, blue wheels was a very nice touch to the car. And moving on, we have Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon, he raced this car. I actually don't know where he raced this at. I tried to find the, looking at the pictures, try to tell where the track is. It's not at Phoenix, where Dale Jr. raced his at. If I had to guess, it was probably Charlotte or something. This was a part of the Chrome Illusion car. Gordon had raced another Chrome Illusion car back in '98. And this was another part of the kind of Chrome Illusion thing that he did, where the car would drive down the track. It'd be a collar in one area, and then you look at a different angle, and it's another collar. But
don't you have this diecast?
I do. I have the Winner's Circle version of it.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for this, that Superman looks very much like the I was gonna say it looks kind of like the animated series. But no, this looks similar to the last one, a very comic book style. I was gonna say there was a small portion of it that kind of looked like the animated series, but then yeah, that's a nice. I like that. The only thing I can say I don't like is Superman symbol with DuPont above it.
Yeah, sponsor placement.
I just feel like it's just you basically shit on the paint scheme because of that. But overall, it's a nice side. I like that side.
I do too. It's very got a lot of Superman going on there.
Yeah.
Okay, and now this is a unique one unique as I've never seen before. The driver for this is Buckshot Jones. Buckshot Jones was a pretty popular Busch Series, now Xfinity Series, then Busch Series driver, actually winning the most popular Busch Series driver award. Buckshot had a not very successful career at all in the Cup Series. He did win twice in Xfinity Busch Series. He raced his car at Watkins Glen. He finished 20th. He raced for his own team, Buckshot Racing. In Spider-Man, it says something amazing right here. Not entirely sure what it says.
This looks like, if it's part of Cheez-It, that Cheez-It ad is probably something to do with Cheez-It.
Yeah, probably.
But I will say, I can barely see the top part where the hood is.
Yeah.
But I am really liking the idea because it's popping through the Cheez-It. So Cheez-It's behind it with it coming through over top of it. And I think that is what most sponsorships should do. Take a sidetrack to the special.
Yeah, take a secondary spot to the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if that's what you're promoting.
Yeah, and this actually, if I had to guess, this kind of looks like what the early animated Spider-Man series would look like. I mean, almost all Spider-Man look the same. But if I'm looking at art style wise, I would have to say that it looks more like the animated series of the show. And there was a lot of them, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, now we have Bill Elliott.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Yep, I can tell that instantly. That art style.
Yes.
It's an instant. Of course, I can see the logo, but...
Yeah, so Bill raced this car at the second Charlotte event back in 2001. He finished 15th in the event, racing for Evernham Motorsports. And you said it was the Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yes, Ultimate Spider-Man by Brian Michael Bendis. That is... basically, Marvel Comics did a whole Ultimate series, which separated it from the current running comic book series, and they basically retold the introduction stories of their famous characters. Spoiler: the Ultimate Spider-Man series is actually where Spider-Man dies, and they showcase the very first appearance of the African American Miles Morales Spider-Man. His actual first appearance was in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe. And Brian Michael Bendis is an amazing writer. Of course, he works for DC now, writing Batman and Superman comic books.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, another nice paint scheme, the red, white, and blue.
I love that.
Spider-Man collars.
Yeah, love it. Simplistic. I like it. I like that a lot. Probably my favorite we've shown so far.
Here we have the team car to that. This is Casey Atwood, Bill Elliott's teammate back in 2001. Also raced at the same event. Casey Atwood finished 24th. Also driving for Evernham Motorsports, again for Ultimate Spider-Man.
I see he used a black.
Yes, black I think looks a little bit better than the blue, but the black,
I think if they would have went with a darker blue in the last car, that would have been a little bit better. But I do like this. I like that a lot. Just as an FYI, what we're recording this on, don't ever backtrack to the one before because it'll go back to him or try to record over it.
Okay.
So you have to stay going the same direction.
Okay.
Just an FYI. But I like that. That's pretty good.
All right, so here we have, kind of a random one. This is a driver by the name of Lyndon Amick. Lyndon was an Xfinity Series, then Busch Series driver. He raced this at Texas for the 6th race of the 2002 season. He would go on to finish 41st in the race. He would drive this car for a team called Carroll Racing.
Carroll?
Yeah, Carroll Racing.
I bet she went to manager a lot.
I think Carroll was the last name.
Not Carol, Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, sorry. I'm bad at names here.
Karen.
Dr. Pepper, favorite drink, by far one of my favorite drinks. It's not uncommon to see Marvel or DC be a part of drink sponsors.
No, it's not common at all.
Especially and now games is probably just as responsible. This is Spider-Man 1, right? I feel like there's a 2
Car
at
was
the end.
2002.
Because I thought that was Spider-Man 2 because the very corner I thought that was a number 2, but I think that's just a regular Spider-Man movie, right?
It could be.
I mean, it looks very much. I mean, I know it's from the movie because the sponsor. Sorry, I mean, I don't want my finger to be up on the screen, but the font for that is the exact font for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series, so that has to be what that is. I just couldn't tell if there was a 2 at the end, but yeah, that's the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, which a lot of people would say is the best and only Spider-Man series you should watch. It's all right. I like the other ones better, but still pretty good.
Yeah. I love the paint scheme.
I do too. I love the webbed Dr. Pepper.
And it goes so well with like the Dr. Pepper can collar.
Yeah. And I also think they did a great job of not making Spider-Man feel like a backseat.
They did do a good job
because
he's kind of in front of the Pepper.
Love that. Love that a lot.
All right, so moving on, this is Robbie Gordon's Spider-Man car. Robbie Gordon drove this in 2002. He drove this car for Richard Childress Racing. I guess also promoting the first Spider-Man movie.
Yep. And if you weren't quite sure about that, definitely the Green Goblin.
Yeah. They're on
the side definitely gives that away too. That I don't like that. I just feel like it's too cartoony, I guess, like with the weird side design and. But you got the colors right.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's too off. Plus, the Spider-Man in that movie had a darker red than what they're showing, and a darker blue than what they actually used. So, but it's nice overall. I mean, it's not too bad. Also, never just add a floating head of Green Goblin. I just don't like this floating.
It's kind of weird. Yeah. So Robbie raced his car at Fontana in Richmond. 10th and 11th races of the 2002 season. He finished 12th and 37th. This is basically the standard singular wireless paint scheme of that year, except when singular wireless was fully on the car, the blue was black, and then the X on the side, and the paint scheme was basically the same, and it was just orange like it is here. But the spider web incorporated, and it's pretty cool. All right, so here we have Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth drove this car in 2004. He drove this car for what was then called Roush Racing, now Roush Family Racing. Drove it at Michigan for the 23rd race of the season. He finished 42nd because of a crash. So, and here we have Martian Manhunter on the car.
Yeah, I was saying this is very much probably part of the Justice League Unlimited series that they did on. I can't remember all the networks it was on. I know Cartoon Network aired it at one point. But that's very much the style of Martian Manhunter. Very interesting choice.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter is not a very popular superhero. I mean, he was so unpopular that when the New 52 and when they did the Justice League Live movie, they X'd him out for Cyborg.
Gosh. Martian Manhunter.
I mean, he's not the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, he's responsible for half the reason that Batman and the Justice League got together. But I guess later on they're just like, man, Cyborg it is. So
even whenever I first saw this car, I was like, really, Martian Manhunter? I do know a little bit about heroes and stuff, but I even thought it's like Martian Manhunter's a very strange, very random character to have. But overall, a very nice looking race car.
If there's a Booster Gold like NASCAR car, now that's random. Booster, like Martian Manhunter, I kind of understand he's part of the main Justice League, but if you have like a Booster Gold or a Jonah Hex, like we're in territory that I don't understand at this point. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, so now we have another Spider-Man car. This was driven by Terry Labonte at the Summer Daytona race in 2004. He finished 8th, driving for Hendrick Motorsports. So 2004 is probably the new Spider-Man movie. Or am I wrong on that?
I'm thinking it's probably Spider-Man 2. Definitely looks like the same image or same style like the Spider-Man himself. So I would say, yeah, that's probably connected to the Spider-Man 2 movie.
Okay.
I can't remember the years that those movies come out, but I'm sure it's probably close to the time frame.
Yeah. Another Cheez-It promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who owns Cheez-It?
Oh gosh, I don't know who owns Cheez-It. It's not Nabisco. It's
because I was curious if they were owned by the same company who owns Dr. Pepper.
Kellogg's?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah.
Whoever owns Kellogg, I don't know. I'm just thinking about when Kellogg's and Cheez-It were on Carl Edwards' race car together. That's what made me think of Kellogg's, but then it's not cereal. So.
But yeah, Cheez-It.
Maybe Nestle owns Cheez-It?
But I actually vaguely remember like Cheez-It boxes with Spider-Man on it. I mean, I really do
too.
Like whenever you show me the sponsors and I see the connected, I kind of just imagine them together for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much movies always plaster themselves on merchandise, whatever it is for sales.
All right, so here we have a duo set. This is Mark Martin. Mark Martin drove the number 9 in the Busch Series. He drove number 6 in the Cup Series. He drove the number 9 at Michigan, which was the 23rd race of the 2004 season. He drove it for Roush Racing, and then he drove the number 6 during that same weekend event at Michigan, and again he finished second.
Love these cars. Love these cars. I will say I love the number 6 better because I love that front. Now, there's nothing wrong with the front of the number 9, but I love the front of the number 6. This is definitely Batman from the Justice League Unlimited series, and the reason I feel like that's the case is because if you look on the side of that car, on the number 6, you see how the points kind of do this like weird curve forward.
Yeah.
It's very much an animated, the Justice League animated series of Unlimited.
Okay.
I could be wrong, because at first I thought it might have been a regular Batman animated series, but I think I'm very confident that that's the Justice League Unlimited. Was this car that run the same time as the Martian Manhunter?
Probably, yeah.
Like same
Michigan,
year?
Yeah. Michigan's going to come up a lot.
So, because that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking the reason why that is, like, for example, the Martian Manhunter is because there was, like, because that series was very popular at the time, and they probably just kind of splashed their cars on multiple characters on multiple cars. But I like that. I actually would love a diecast of that number 6. It's very beautiful.
I am very glad that they put Pfizer as the sponsor on the car and not Viagra on the car. Because Mark Martin was sponsored by Viagra during this point. That would have been awkward. Yes, have a Viagra. Yes, that would have been awful.
Yeah, and again, I will say what I love about these two cars again, and I probably will say it a lot more often throughout this video, is I love that they make the sponsor take a back seat. You look on that number 9, Pennzoil is to the side. It is not taking up the paint scheme. So I love that.
Yeah, and Pfizer, you can barely see it on.
So there. As of right now, this is my favorite. It beats out all the ones you've shown me so far.
Okay.
I love these.
Okay, so here we have a set of cars. We already went over the Mark Martin car. Number 12 is Ryan Newman. Number 16 is Greg Biffle. 97 is Kurt Busch. 21 is Ricky Rudd. Number 99 is Carl Edwards. Ryan Newman finished 14th. All these ran at Michigan during the same weekend that the two Mark Martin cars ran. Newman would finish 14th for Team Penske. Greg Biffle would win the race, giving the first win to a superhero. So Flash technically won.
Was the fastest car.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Kind of ironic.
A little bit, yeah. Kurt Busch finished 6th for Roush Racing. Ricky Rudd finished 24th for the Wood Brothers. And Carl Edwards finished 10th for Roush Racing.
Yeah, so this definitely solidifies my mindset that this was a Justice League Unlimited thing. I think it's weird that there's 2 Superman cars in there.
I think Ryan Newman's has all of them on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that now. Okay. Yeah, I really like these. I would love to have a set of these. Honestly.
Yeah, you can still find them. They're actually not too. Greg Biffle's might be a little.
If I had to say which ones I love the most, I would have to say it's the Batman and the Flash. Those are really good. I would try to tell you which Flash that is, but it's kind of hard to see in that image. And also it's really hard to tell between them because they both look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to remember this series, I would say it's probably Wally West, and then that's definitely John Stewart, Green Lantern, because he's the black Green Lantern, because there's Hal Jordan, who's considered the main one that started, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Not really the first one, but he was like the main one for a while.
Right.
But yeah, those really cool. I like those cars. Those are really nice.
Newman's is very out of place. He's the only Dodge and the only one not driving a Ford.
Yeah, what I don't really understand is like, why didn't they just give him a different character?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they could have easily gave him like Hawkman, or I mean, they could have gave him anyone. Like, seriously, like Martian Manhunter. Like, I feel like that Martian Manhunter car would have fit perfectly in this bunch.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, Matt Kenseth didn't run a Cup car for this, but all of his teammates did. He just ran the standard DeWalt car.
That's so weird. Maybe
Yeah,
he's just
it really is.
he's just an asshole.
DeWalt probably had to say so.
That's true,
I'm sure.
too. Haters.
Yeah. All right. So now moving on. How about the movie Batman Begins sponsoring a whole race? They sponsored Michigan. I don't know why Michigan is the track that superheroes, a lot of superhero sponsorships happen. But yeah, they would sponsor June 19th, 2005 at Michigan.
And I was going to say that might be the reason, if there's a reason for that, which I don't have the facts in front of me, but it could just be for the fact that DC might be actually, like, DC Comics might be located in Michigan.
It could be.
Or Marvel. Either way, there may be something connected to that. I mean, I don't have the facts in front of me, and I actually can't remember where DC Comics is located.
Mm-hmm.
But it could just be a matter of that they have one of their locations there.
Maybe.
Or maybe they just love Michigan.
They could. Michigan's brought up. Yeah, and this isn't the last time Michigan's going to get brought up.
Yeah.
It's brought up a few more times.
Yeah, and Batman Begins, that's Christopher Nolan's Batman series, which is mostly noted as the Dark Knight series. That's Christian Bale's Batman. This movie stars Jonathan Crane, which is the Scarecrow, as well as Ra's al Ghul. Really good movie.
Yeah.
Love that series.
And here we have the car for the Batman Begins. Mark Martin driving this car. Mark Martin would finish third driving this, and this is one of my favorites. Like, I love it.
That does not look like Batman Begins, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it kind of does, but it looks so weird. I guess maybe because they just went with a very artsy, like, paint scheme instead of, like, yeah. I mean, it's definitely Batman Begins. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you because this it's what the sponsor for the race is.
Yeah, and you can see the
suits and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the car itself just does not look like what I would expect the Batman Begins car to look like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice car, though.
It is.
I like it.
All right. So now we have Jeff Gordon, my all-time favorite driver. Jeff would drive this during the summer Daytona race in 2006. He finished 40th after a crash. He would drive this car for Hendrick Motorsports. I do have the diecast of this car. It is a phenomenal looking race car. Is what, Superman Returns movie?
That's what I was gonna guess. What year did you say?
2006.
Yeah, that definitely would fit up with the release of that movie. I'm trying to pull out some facts here for this one, because I'm trying to think of the guy who plays Superman in that movie, but it's coming to a blank. But this movie was the first Superman movie to come out after Christopher Reeves died.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Reeves was like the most well-known Superman, who played in the original theater Superman movies, and after he died, they hadn't had another person play Superman until this one. I think his last name's Ruth. I'm pretty sure. He currently plays in the Flash TV series, but I just can't remember what his name is, which is killing me. What I like about this paint scheme is that whole cape to like chest thing,
mm-hmm.
but I just feel so off because his head's missing.
Oh, yeah.
If it wasn't for the whole like headless thing, it would be so much better. But I do like this. It's a really nice paint scheme. And I like that Hendrick Motorsports has always been like a very heavily helper to DC Comics.
Yeah. Roush and Hendrick have been the two.
Yeah, because I know they end up having like a contract deal with them.
Yeah, but they only did like one thing with.
Yeah, which is sad. Right, so let's get to the next car.
Yes. Another one. This one is
Spider-Man 3?
Yes. Bobby Labonte drove this car.
Favorite driver.
Yep. Bobby Labonte, your favorite all-time driver. He raced this at the first Talladega race of the 2006 season. He finished 20th, not 2006, 2007, I think. He finished 20th, racing for Petty Enterprises.
Yeah, this is it's a pretty nice paint scheme. I like it overall. I think that Tony Stewart, Richard Petty wanted to make sure that his famous blue wing and red front part was there, and it just throws it all off to me.
Oh, like the blue spoiler back here. What, the blue wing down the bottom?
Yeah, just because you can just see where he's added some of his
touches,
and I just think it just kind of ruins the whole. If they're going to go with the whole black paint scheme, you should probably finish everything in that color. Spider-Man 3 was one of the worst movies ever. Spider-Man wise, hated it. They could have done so much better, especially for the first movie that showed off Venom.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they redeemed Venom with the Venom movie.
Oh, okay.
Which is a 10 times better movie, and I really wish they would have made a paint scheme of that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
There is a diecast of this. If I can find it, I am going to get it because I love this car. The black with the webs. Blue doesn't, I don't know, to me the blue doesn't throw it too much off.
It's because of how bright a blue it is,
yeah.
especially for this being a dark blue Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm about unison.
Yeah. All right, so here we have Joey Logano driving a Lego Batman 2 video game car. Joey Logano would race this at Texas, first race of the 2012 season for the Xfinity Series. Then in 2012 it was called Nationwide. Before that, as I mentioned, Bush, Nationwide, Xfinity. He finished 15th, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing. This car, it's whatever, I guess. Lego Batman video game.
It's what it is. I mean, I don't care for it too much. I'm not a big Lego Batman fan.
Yeah, although the movie was great.
Yes, I was meaning games, like Lego Batman games.
Yeah.
But Lego Batman the movie is fantastic. Love that movie.
Yeah, and this car gets included because Batman's and it's Lego Batman. So
I mean, yeah, it's about Batman.
Yeah, so it gets included. So, here we go. The OG, well, not the original. This is
the OP.
Yes, the O. Well, yeah.
I don't know what you're.
So or the goat of all.
There you go.
Superhero. Well, that's up
for debate. Yes,
yeah,
I guess.
Could be.
Yeah. This is Dark Knight Rises. I love how, and I'm just that's gonna be my complaint for this video. Why in the actual hell did NASCAR just skip completely over Dark Knight? The Batman Begins got its own race and a diecast car, and Dark Knight Rises has this car. What happened to Dark Knight? That was actually the most popular of the three and actually had more significance, and they could have done so much with Heath Ledger's Joker on that car, and it would have been fantastic. I can visualize it in my head right now, and it just upsets me that no one did that.
Yeah.
But
there could have been. Maybe I just couldn't find it. There could have been.
I mean, it would have been very easy to find if it was, I'm sure. So, but yes, I'm like you. That is one of the greatest paint schemes I've ever seen. That's one I actually wanted to buy so badly, but I convinced myself not to because I was like, well, I'm not a big NASCAR fan, so why would I get it? But I'm a big Batman fan, and it would have just been cool. But I can always go and look at yours whenever
I do have the race version of it.
So whenever I want to see it, I look at it.
Yes.
And, of course, that was a win, right?
Yes, he won in this car at Michigan. There was a voting process. He had this car and 3 others, which I'm glad this car won because the other
two just didn't. The other 3 just didn't look.
Yeah.
I voted for that one. So, yeah, I mean, I because you told me about it, and I went on and voted. That was the one I picked. You can't see it, but on the other side, it's got Bane in the exact same place that Batman is, which is the villain of the movie. Yeah, and on the logo is the hood of the logo of the movie, and above the logo of the movie is Dark Knight Rises. Yes, it knows that stuff. No Mountain Dew taking over. Yeah. So, yes, great. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. So, Matt Kenseth driving the Injustice Gods Among Us Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing in the expanding Nationwide Series. He drove this, I think, 2013. He finished 5th at Darlington driving this car. So, Injustice Gods Among Us. Yeah, Injustice Gods Among Us is a PS3, Xbox 360 game that came out that showcased a storyline. It's basically maybe the people who made Mortal Kombat. So, before this, there was a game called Mortal Kombat versus DC universe,
Mhm.
and it was like a collaboration of like their style of fighting, whatever.
Yeah.
But this was created by the same company. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, I feel bad for getting that wrong. But it's basically the story of that one is Superman. The Joker can't mess with Batman and get him to snap, so he kills Lois Lane, who is Superman's wife,
Mhm.
and then Superman snaps and kills Joker and becomes an evil Superman. And so it's just this very dark story of Batman, Superman, and all of them. And it's a great fighting game. There's actually 2 games. And I'm hopeful for a 3rd game in the next gen of consoles because I really love those games. But unfortunately, they made Batman suck balls because when you have to do the boss fight against Superman, you are very under prepared because he's just so bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just bad at it. But yeah, I like that. I like that one a lot. But still, right as of right now, The Dark Knight Rises is hands down the #1 pick for me right now.
Okay.
Worst is that Joker.
Kenny Irwin's
Yep,
Joker. Yeah,
that Joker.
okay.
Yeah, at this point, that is my least favorite at this point.
And another Matt Kenseth car for the Batman Arkham video game. I'm not sure which Arkham. You'll know that. This is a car from 2013.
Yeah, that's Batman Arkham City.
Okay.
Second game in the Arkham series. Batman Arkham is an amazing series. I've tried to convince you to play this game
I've
so
played
many
them.
times. But it's an amazing series. This is the sequel to the in my opinion, Arkham Asylum is still the best of those games. And this is the sequel to it. I'm pretty sure that's City. No, that's Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The reason it threw me off is because of the white. The white. I was thinking of City. Okay. So Origins. Sorry, my bad. I should have read that.
That's fine.
But yes, Batman Origins, which was actually not made by Rocksteady. Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City were made by Rocksteady, and this one was made by WB Montreal. This one actually was the first of the Arkham series that did not include Mark Hamill or Kevin Conroy playing the voice of Batman and Joker. This was actually, I think, Troy Baker, who plays the voice of Joel.
Okay.
From Last of Us.
Nice.
The voice of Batman in this one. This is the only one that hasn't been made for the Xbox One and PS4.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they remastered Arkham Asylum and Arkham City for PS4 and Xbox One, but they didn't City. But the people who made this game is actually making the Gotham Knights video game that's coming out on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5.
Okay.
And that's an origins story of Batman, sort of.
Here we go. Another fantastic looking race car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. again. Dale Jr. kills it with these superhero paint schemes.
Yeah.
He raced his car at Charlotte during the Coca-Cola 600, finishing 19th, driving for Hendrick Motorsports. And I think this car was just part of that DC Comics deal that Hendrick got with them for like 4 years. And this is
National Guard, right?
Yeah, National Guard.
Yeah, so DC Comics when the New 52. What year did you say this was?
This is 2014.
2014. Okay, so it's okay. I figured. So basically, when DC hit the New 52, there was this thing that they were doing where it was like kind of like a charity that they were doing where they were raising money for homeless and like children and stuff like that. And I forgot. I think it was called the We Are Heroes. Is what I think the charity was called. And I think that the reason they did this is because they partnered with National Guard for that charity, because there was a couple commercials about it at the time. I think that's why they paired it with National Guard for that paint scheme. And I think that was meant to be, if I'm not mistaken, on the back of this car should be the charity name, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I remember seeing that when they came out with this. But yes, very, very beautiful.
It is. And we're going to see this car again. However, there's going to be a minor little change to it. So Junior would race this car again at Michigan, because that's just where you race cars like this. He races Michigan for the first Michigan race of the season. He finished 7th, again for Hendrick Motorsports. The very minor detail. Can you see what that is?
Not right away, but I'm wondering if it's just that weird little drawing of a person in the corner.
Oh, that's I think that's part of the National Guard. The numbers changed colors. In the first picture, they were red. In this one, they're gold.
Okay, I noticed there was a texture to the 88.
Yeah, Junior added like this. It's not. I won't think it's textured. But it's basically what like dirt track numbers do. And so they add like this like chrome looking style numbers.
Okay.
And Junior, that's what he wanted to do for his car. So that's why it looks like that. But yeah, gold numbers on this car. I like the red numbers better. Red just fits.
Superman.
Yeah.
Gold doesn't.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, it's technically the inside of his S collared.
Yeah. Yeah. Still very cool car. Okay, and Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson driving a Superman versus Batman car, 2016. He drove this at Fontana Auto Club Speedway. He won the race, driving for Hendrick Motorsports. So, Batman v Superman.
Yes, this is a very nice paint scheme. This is actually paired with another car, which I'm pretty sure is the next car you're going to show us.
Yeah, it's coming up.
And I'm going to tell you right now that this one beats that one. And it's not because Batman beats Superman, because Superman is not better than Batman. I will argue that to the end of time. But they did something on this car that is 10 times better than what the other car did.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this car, I really do. Simple, Superman collars, beautiful.
Yeah.
And of course, I like Jimmy Johnson.
Yes.
Now let's show him this disgrace. So,
yeah.
instantly, what I'm talking about is the Nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
They gave Superman this huge symbol.
Yeah.
And making it very clear this is a Superman car.
Nationwide's like, nah, man.
And Nationwide's like, no, we want you to put our name in bigger bold.
We're more important than Batman, okay?
Yeah, and so that is the reason why I don't like this car. I actually, in one of these up here above you, is a Superman or the Batman car in diecast form.
Yeah, I have that one. And I have the I forgot to put a car on the list. I forgot to put Junior's Man of Steel car from 2013. I have the diecast of that.
Yes.
Maybe we have the diecast of this one. So
I don't know if you can actually see it in this. But yeah, I bought it at a track and then I gave it to you to put up here.
Yeah. But yeah, I forgot the Man of Steel Dale Jr. car, which is the black 88 with the Superman logo in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about. That one's a pretty nice one, too. It's okay. We missed one. That's all.
Yeah, you guys can go look it up. I'm sorry I missed it. All right, so here we have Casey Kane. I think this is just for the Justice League back in 2017.
Yeah. It's a Justice League. Yeah, that one looks cool. I mean, I really can't see the top part of it in this, but I do remember seeing this car when it was first shown. I think that's a nice one.
Yeah, Casey Kane drove this car at the second race in Texas, 2017, finishing 11th for Hendrick Motorsports. And Danica Patrick.
That's a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's a good looking race car.
I feel like it's kind of sexist that they put a female with a female.
Probably for like relation reasons, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah. Not for meaning like people relating. You know, if you're a female relating to Danica as a driver, if you're watching NASCAR, and relating to Wonder Woman as a super. Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie for a horrible driver. Wonder Woman was an amazing movie, better than the Justice League could have ever been, honestly, and I hate that because it should have been a better movie. But Wonder Woman was great, and that's a nice paint scheme. I really like that.
Yeah, she finished 36th at the first Kansas race after a crash. This was a crash that Eric Amarola just basically hit her, and her car went up on his.
And then he got.
Or maybe it was the opposite. I think. Danica.
It's the race
him.
Where he.
Got his back injury. Yeah, I think Danica hit him and the car.
Well, I mean, she is Wonder Woman, so he wasn't going to get through that, man.
All right, so Dale Jr.'s Justice League car. Driving the same race as Casey Kane drove his at. He finished 35th in this car, so didn't get a good run out of it.
Yeah, and see, now Nationwide does something great and moved their logo down further.
Instead of sharing equal hood space with Batman.
Yeah. But yes, I like this one. I really love that they made the side of it Aquaman and the front of it Batman.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the other side looks like.
I think the sides are exactly the same. I think the back has Flash on it.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, because I don't think they would change side to side because that would look horrible.
You're technically not supposed to. But...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when we looked at the car diecast, It's the same on both sides as Aquaman, but I think the back of it has Flash on it.
Yeah, I can't remember if a diecast was made out of this car or not.
I think there was, because I was telling you should bought it.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
Might have just got rare.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming up now on Eric Almirola's 2019 Shazam car.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. So he drove this car at Martinsville and Bristol of last year. He finished 9th at Bristol and 9th at Martinsville, 37th at Bristol. He wrecked at Bristol, so. But he drove this car for Stuart Haas Racing. So what is Shazam?
Shazam is one of the DC Extended Universe movies, the DCEU. Basically, after the Justice League was kind of like a flop. I wouldn't say it was a flop, but it was kind of a flop. They decided to do a series of movies that were set similar in that universe, but not like a connected universe, kind of like what Marvel was doing with theirs. And so this was kind of its own standalone movie, but still set in the same universe as the Justice League. Kind of like Aquaman and Wonder Woman were both set in those universes, but they're not. Okay. But Shazam is basically kind of funny. Story about that is Marvel created a character that was basically Superman called Captain Marvel. I
remember you telling me about that.
It was basically Superman. I think it was called Captain Marvel, or they might have just named. I don't remember exactly what name they gave him, but I want to say it was Captain Marvel, and it was basically Superman. Like the front cover was actually like the same as Superman's first cover of Action Comics, and so kind of throughout that whole lawsuit debacle bullshit, they ended up getting the character, and so then they made him as a DC character and named him Captain Marvel. But he also goes by the name Shazam because that's the magical being, that wizard that he gets his powers from. Yeah. Movie's really great. Black Adam, who is the main villain of Shazam, will be in the Justice League, will be in his own movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right, so found a few more superhero cars. This was going to be the last one. If you've been paying attention, they've been going in order of year. But however, found some more, so now here's those some more. So this is a truck driven by Jason Leffler. Racing Reference does not have where the truck raced at.
Let's just assume it was Michigan.
Yeah, I forgot that's where everywhere else raced at. But yeah, like they listed CarQuest and ASAE as the sponsors, and Hulk didn't appear anywhere. So I'm not entirely sure where this truck raced at or where he finished in it. But obviously promoting the Incredible Hulk. What specifically, I don't know.
Probably the Incredible Hulk animated series.
Okay.
Actually,
it's 2003.
The logo of Hulk kind of looks like the live action Hulk movie that they did, but it doesn't look like obviously it's a cartoon art. Yeah. But the logo itself looks like it's the very first Hulk movie they made, which, by the way, don't watch it. It's horrible. Watch The Incredible Hulk. That's better.
I remember a video game came out like during this time frame too.
Yeah, it looks like it could be the animated movie, the animated series stuff, but like I said, what makes me feel like it's the movie is just that logo of the Hulk. Okay. So it could be either one or any of them.
Yeah. All right. So here we have a Bobby Labonte Hulk car. I'm sorry, I don't have the notes of where he raced this at or where he finished in the race, but is Bobby Labonte drove this for Jacobs Racing and during 2003 season, and obviously promoting the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, same thing. Looks like the same Hulk logo of the movie,
and even the same style.
But yeah, yeah. So maybe this was raced at the same track, maybe the same weekend.
Same weekend. Yeah.
And it was probably Michigan. But I like this paint scheme. Very simple.
Yeah, I do. I didn't like the Jason Leffler truck. I just didn't like the purple and the silver.
Technically purple and green is his collars.
Yeah, purple pants and green. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have Brendan Gaughan's The Punisher,
which you had no idea about.
I didn't know this car existed.
I had to show you this one.
Yeah. So he races the first Bristol race in 2004. He finished 20th driving this car for Penske Racing. It was known Penske Racing back then, Team Penske now. So Punisher seems like a bit of a random.
Yeah. Do you know who the Punisher is?
You've told me, but
Punisher is a superhero, kind of like an anti-hero, I guess you'd say, in a way. His name's Frank Castle. His whole family was murdered. Like, when I say whole family, I mean mother, father, grandparents, children, nephews, uncles, everybody. They killed his entire family because he worked for the cops and he helped stop drug lords and stuff like that. And so one of the head drug lords found out that because what he did was he basically pretended to be part of them, infiltrated them until he was able to.
Okay.
Yeah. And so basically he was responsible for getting some of this really high up drug dealers men caught. And so he killed his entire family. And they thought he killed him, but he didn't. And he became the Punisher, who basically lives to punish punish bad people, basically. Punisher's amazing. Doesn't care about the rules of the government. Kills if he has to. When I say kills if he has to, I mean he kills and that's all he does. He just kills. He doesn't. And there's actually a Batman crossover with Punisher.
Interesting.
Very cool. So if you want to know more about that, you should go check out my video that's going to be posted today as well on Batman Day Special.
I like the red and the black.
I love this one.
Yeah.
This is actually going to be like one of my second or third favorites now because it's just really cool.
Now we have Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s The Man of Steel, Soldier of Steel car. Again, sharing the hood there with the logo.
Oh, very much. I wouldn't even say sharing. That's like taking up all of the...
Yeah.
And this just kind of looks like it's a Man of Steel promotion for the movie Man of Steel.
It is.
Which is a really, really good
And National Guard did their Soldier of Steel thing. This race is the first Michigan race, because of course it did. Finished 37th after an engine failure, so he didn't do too well in the car. It is an overall nice car. I do like the black and the gray. The diecast actually has a matte finish on the car, so that's also very nice.
Just out of curiosity, wasn't Michigan the track that did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles track? Where they let Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sponsor the race, and they
that was Chicagoland.
Chicagoland. Okay, sorry. I was getting ready to say if they were responsible. What about the SpongeBob?
That was Chicagoland.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was starting to believe that maybe it's because Michigan just loves that kind of stuff, so that's why it's happening there. I was trying to make some sense of it, but I don't know Michigan because it's not. Because earlier I said that I believed it was connected to like where that's located, but like DC's located in Burbank, California.
Yeah.
So
it was either Chicagoland or Kansas. It was one of those two. I can't remember exactly.
I thought it was Chicagoland. That sounds right.
Yeah, could have been Kansas too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah.
Nice car.
It's a nice car.
And we have one more.
Yes, one more, and it's not a good picture, but it's Joe Logano's Captain America Super Soldier video game car.
Yeah, which when I found this one, I was just kind of like, I don't know what Super Soldier is. And then you showed me it was a video game, and I was like, well, it should have been because it's GameStop.
Yeah. But,
like, dang, I completely forgot about that game. Nice car. I mean, I don't know what the rest of it looks like, but that definitely looks like a nice car from the front part of it. Like, I like what they've done.
Yeah, GameStop takes a back seat to the video game title.
Which GameStop? For what I saw, their other sponsors.
Yeah, and then you got Captain America with a very awkward face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Logano races in New Hampshire, finished like 19th or something. So yeah, and we're going to rate. Well, I know we said we rate your top 5 favorites, but it'd take a while to go back through and find our favorite. I'm just going to say what my favorite is. My favorite's probably Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Dark Knight Rises car or his Superman car with the red numbers. It's tossed up between one of those two, but I really like both of them. Least favorite, probably the Kenny Irwin Jr. Joker car that we saw what feels like a while ago.
Yeah, Kenny Irwin Jr.'s car, horrible. Can't stand it. That was a bad Joker car. Best car, definitely, I would agree. The Dark Knight Rises. If I had to pick a second favorite, just because I don't want to be the same as you, I'll go with the Batman car from Mark Martin's.
Yeah, that one was nice.
I really like that one. And
if you're keeping the score at home, the heroes that have actually found victory lane in NASCAR would be the Flash, Batman, and Superman. So there's that.
And if I'm not mistaken, Batman has had the most paint schemes in NASCAR.
Yeah, from my counting, he's had 11. And that's just him by himself. That's not him with, like, the Justice League. Or
but if you add him with the Justice League, you got to add it, like
13.
13, total. So, I mean, let's be real. Batman's amazing. That's why we're celebrating Batman Day, and that's why you were inspired to do this video.
Yeah.
Because Batman Day was coming up. And so it's just fitting that Batman has been in the most paint schemes, but let's be real, and Batman's the most popular superhero.
Driver-wise, I would say probably Dale Earnhardt Jr. has had the most superhero paint schemes.
Most definitely. I've seen him and Jimmy Johnson have popped up a few times on here.
Because Junior
definitely Junior.
Yeah. Junior Superman, Man of Steel,
which that's
Superman,
mostly because of the DC Comics partnership that they had. But I think every driver on that team had a paint scheme with it except for Chase Elliott, right?
Well, Elliott didn't drive for them until 2016 when they were Justice League spawned. Yeah, so I mean Chase Elliott's I guess the only
the number 24.
Yeah, at the time.
That did not have one was during that time frame, during that DC Comics sponsorship.
Yeah, 2016 you had Johnson and Earnhardt Jr.'s Batman vs Superman,
and then the Justice League.
Then Justice League, which Johnson didn't get that, but Casey Kane did.
Yeah,
but
Casey Kane and who was the in '88?
Dale Jr.
Was Dale Jr. in '88?
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel it's weird that like the older drivers had those paint schemes, but we have nothing but a young crew of drivers other than Jimmy Johnson still, and yet they're not sponsoring.
I know.
I just think maybe
weird.
Well, Chase is not a. Let's just be real. Chase is more of a, I wouldn't say redneck, but he's more of the. I would say he's just more of a like farming,
he relates,
outdoor type stuff. Well, when I think of him, I think of like outdoors type stuff. Like I don't see him like reading comic books. William Byron seems like the gamer who would totally rock a GameStop paint scheme, and I don't know anything about Alex Bowman. Now, Kyle Larson, he would definitely. I think if he joined Jimmy Johnson, if he took Jimmy Johnson's car, which I know that's what they talked about, I think he would probably run some of those paint schemes.
Probably for like next year's movies and stuff. If they choose to sponsor him, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, DC Comics might not sponsor.
Yeah, that's up in the air.
But I would love to see a Kyle Larson and the Batman with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson. I'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. But yeah, so history, superheroes, and sponsorships apparently seemed like it started in 1995 with Batman Forever. But yeah, the Batman Forever movie. Seems like it was the first one. If there's any I missed, please let me know. I'm sure there's probably a couple that I missed there. But yeah, Batman Forever seems like it started the trend, superhero sponsorships in NASCAR. So, and as recently as just last year, we've seen, Eric Almirola's Shazam car, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more as time progresses and we get more movies released. But I hope you guys enjoyed this very long video. If you liked it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, check out Blockade Who Laughs channel. He does a lot of great Batman content. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I do have some more planned. It's just getting the time. And
I'll make sure he makes time.
Yeah, I'll try to make time.
His content's great, and I help doing editing, so I really want to see more videos. So, he will.
Yeah, we'll have more stuff out. But I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you.
See ya.